The best part of Mondays in the IPL is that there's something to look forward to on this dreadful day. This is ESPNcricinfo Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile. Welcome, and we're looking at Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rajasthan Royals. Those are not the two men we thought would walk out to the toss in a little while from now. We thought it'll be Warner versus Smith. It's Kane Williamson, Sunrisers against Ajinkya Rahane's Rajasthan. And I'm delighted to welcome the entire crew of ESPNcricinfo Matchday Runorder. Actually, I'm not. I'm only delighted to welcome James Faulkner. 60 IPL appearances, 42 for Rajasthan. Welcome, James.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, that'll work. We've never clapped for any other athlete. Yeah. I'm wondering what the big deal is.
Oh, it's the first time in all the years that we've been doing programming that someone who's won a Man of the Match award in a World Cup final is part of our panel.
Oh, that deserves another applause. Do we have some musical elements we can play?
Gas him up today, shall we?
Yeah, well done, Gaurav Kalra. He never has a kind word to say to any Indian cricketer, right, Dasgupta?
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. But by the way, you're not delighted to see me.
I'm very delighted to see you.
Right, we'll talk after the program.
But okay,
I'm delighted to see you.
Alexis, you owe me a few compliments.
Again, I'm in flats, no heels today. Thinking of you.
He is wearing heels too.
He's wearing heels.
I've moved Gaurav Kalra away, so Srinath Sripat, thank you for being with us. IPL specialist, CSK specialist, Gaurav Sundaraman, also with us. Thank you, Gaurav. We'll give you all the information in just a bit, but first up, just first comment, Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals. Let's just get it out of the way. This whole revamp that they've needed to do with a change of leadership, is that all, have they had enough time to put it behind? Or is that
I think so, but you know what, the effect of Steve Smith not being there, I don't think it'll affect Ara that much as compared to Warner not being there. I think Warner was their most their talisman as far as I'm concerned for SRH, so I think they'll really miss Warner, and it's important and interesting to see how they manage his absence.
As far as like for likes go, Kane Williamson is a proven international leader, world-class batsman, but does he still fill the void that David Warner for Sunrisers has, James?
Oh, look, two completely different players,
right,
but
yeah.
I think that's the beauty about the competition. There's so many leaders in every single team that it's quite easy to fill that position. So, yeah, two fresh ones tonight, and I'm sure they're going to do a really good job.
And on the other side, there was talk that after Stephen Smith withdrew from Rajasthan, that might actually open up more options for them as far as just getting a better balance. I know for a fact we can confirm that Darcy Short is playing. You know, we thought Joss Buttler might. I'll just confirm who the four are. I believe it's Ben Stokes, Joss Buttler, Darcy Short, and Ben Laughlin. So those are the four that they've gone with. No room for Jofra Archer. I'll just come to you first because there's a serious Aussie contingent there. Short and Laughlin.
Yeah, there is, and what a lineup as well. If Jofra Archer isn't playing, yeah, it's a phenomenal starting 11.
Okay, that's big news. Sunrisers Hyderabad have won the toss. They will be bowling first. The overseas players for the Sunrisers are Rashid Khan, we knew that. Kane Williamson, we obviously know. Shakib Al Hasan and Billy Stanlake. So that's the confirmation. So I think Ajit had picked Billy Stanlake yesterday ahead of Mohammad Nabi and Carlos Brathwaite. Just thoughts on that selection?
I think, especially with Billy Stanlake, what he has is the bounce and pace. I think that's what you need, and especially if you look at the RR, batting lineup. It's predominantly Indian batsmen, a few domestic Indian batsmen as well. So you want to test them with fast bowlers. Yeah.
Okay. And Tom Moody's been talking him up as well. I'm sure Jimmy knows him quite well. He's apparently 6 feet 10 inches tall. He can bowl 150 clicks. So it'll be good to see someone like that in the IPL. Someone with genuine pace. You think he'll go well in T20 cricket?
Yeah, I think so. And he's so raw as well. He just burst on the international scene. Now he's been picked up in the IPL again. He's getting an opportunity. And I agree. He's got good pace. He's got good bounce.
And he played for RCB last year as well.
He played a few games. How is he in the Big Bash though? I think that's where he's been looked at as vastly improved T20 bowler.
Yeah, he's improving so much, and his pace he bowls 150 k's, and there's not too many bowlers who can do that around the world.
He was sensational in the Trans-Tasman T20 as well. He got England. He kind of ran through the England batting order in the first game. He was pretty good.
Probably that's why Kane Williamson remembers
one of the tallest cricketers I think Australia has produced. He's very tall, one of the tallest cricketers. So I think that might
get
really
the energy
help.
up, Gaurav. You don't have to save it for tomorrow's Chennai game.
that might really help Hyderabad as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what the mood's like in the Hyderabad camp while we continue to build the exact 11s. Plenty of Indian options, we'll confirm that. But this is Yusuf Pathan from the Sunrisers camp, new camp for him, and he's got a couple of his teammates with him.
Well, Nabi, आप पहली बार राशिद खान को कौन से ग्राउंड पे और कहां पर मिले थे?
राशिद को पहली बार निंगरहार के एकेडमी में वो मुझे मिला। कोच ने मुझे कहा कि हम टूर से वापस आके फिर एकेडमी में ट्रेनिंग के लिए जा रहा था, तो कोच ने मुझे बता दिया कि यार मैं आपको आज एक ऐसा बॉलर दिखा रहा हूँ कि आपने कभी भी नहीं खेला। जब मैं ये मुझे बॉलिंग कर रहा था तो वाकई वो थोड़ा बाकी लेग स्पिनर से बहुत डिफरेंट था। ईयर में तेज और जब गुगली डालता था तो बहुत तेज डालता था। तो मैंने उसने कोच को कहा कि वाकई इसमें टैलेंट है, अगर अभी थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा इसको, अंडर 19 आ रही तो उसमें हम से ट्रायल लेंगे। तो जब भी से ट्रायल ले लिया तो वो आगे उसमें सेलेक्ट भी हो गया और वर्ल्ड कप में जाके उस परफॉर्मेंस भी की।
रशीद, आपके लिए आपकी लाइफ में कौन सा ऐसा मोमेंट रहा कि आप को याद रहेगा हमेशा?
जैसा नबी ने कहा कि वर्ल्ड कप वो तो हमारे लिए एक ऐसा ही टूर्नामेंट था कि हम इसको कभी नहीं भूलेंगे। और भी काफ़ी ऐसे मैचेस है जिसको हम नहीं भूल सकते। हमारा जो T20 वर्ल्ड कप में जो इंडिया में था, हमने जो वेस्ट इंडीज़ को हराया था वहाँ पे वर्ल्ड कप में, वही टीम अफगानिस्तान थी जिसने पूरे टूर्नामेंट में वेस्ट इंडीज़ को हराया था। तो वो मैच मेरे लिए एक बहुत मतलब यादगार था कि वर्ल्ड कप में अफगानिस्तान टीम वेस्ट इंडीज़ को बीट करेगा। तो दैट वाज द मेमोरेबल मैच फॉर मी।
मुझे ये बताइए कि आप एक दिन राशिद खान बन जाए तो आप क्या करेंगे?
एक दिन अगर मैं राशिद बन गया तो सारा दिन गुगली डालूंगा।
चलो राशिद, आप ये बताइए कि आप नबी बन गए, जो क्वालिटी नबी के अंदर है वो क्वालिटी आप में आ गई और आप बन गए, तो आप क्या करेंगे?
मैं काफ़ी चीज़ें जो करूँगा, पहले तो ज़ाफ़रान टी बहुत ज़्यादा पीऊँगा ड्राई फ्रूट के साथ ज़ाफ़रान टी।
वेल, आईपीएल के टाइम पे बहुत सी नई नई चीजें करने का मन करता है। उसी तरह आज ये हमने एक छोटे सा इंटरव्यू किया है दो अफगानिस्तान के बड़े प्लेयरों के साथ, और आई होप आप लोगों को भी मजा आया होगा। मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया, नबी को भी बहुत मजा आया, राशिद को भी बहुत मजा आया। थैंक यू।
Many thanks to Yusuf Pathan. That was lovely. It's always scary when cricketers do such a good job hosting.
Thank
Right,
you.
Alexis?
Thank
It
you.
is scary.
Yeah.
I know Deep's after our job, but it's okay.
Especially
but
when they're taller.
That's enough now, Gaurav Kalra. Enough.
We need
Billy
to
Stanley
stay
is playing. What more do you want? Okay. The one thing that I did notice in that is how fluent the Hindi is of Mohammad Nabi and Rashid Khan. I can see you guys on Facebook Live also commenting on the same. The Nawab of Noida is with us, Gaurav Kalra. I think they would have picked it up in Noida, right?
Yeah, that's. They play in Greater Noida, but I think the language comes naturally to them. And also, Deep recently spent time in Zimbabwe, watching them in action. I'm sure talking to them. I believe the wicketkeeper is quite good as well.
Yeah, I mean,
looking
all
for
of them
broadcast
actually.
jobs.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And yeah, they do speak a lot of Hindi and they're pretty good at it. Yeah.
Okay, let's leave it there now, otherwise they might actually be hired. Alexis, you've got something for us?
That's true of our first poll of the day, and you know that we like to get interactive with you guys and find out what you think about the team and whatnot. And now that we do know the teams, our first poll question is playing Shakib for Nabi. Is that the right move? Give us this emoji if you think yes, or the angry emoji, which looks like Ronak when he doesn't have breakfast, if you don't think so.
Yeah, that's me when I've had breakfast on the other side, with the yes and the haha. The other interesting thing is that once again, team winning the toss has chosen to bowl. Gaurav Sundaraman?
Yes, not a surprise. I think initial days of the IPL, people don't know what their combination is. They would like to maybe put a target, try to identify what a target is so that they can plan their chase. I think that's a trend in all leagues, and I expect that to happen.
Though if any team, I'm sure Jimmy has a view on that. If any team can defend targets, it's this one, because of the quality. Hyderabad, I mean, because of the quality of bowling that they have, not just the spinners in Rashid and Shakib, but the quality of seam bowlers in Bhuvneshwar and as well as Sandeep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, James. This is a very interesting year for the IPL. All of the squads have been revamped. You're not quite sure what the right mix is. So is that just the customary way to start whatever happens when the toss bowl?
Yeah, I think the way the wickets are these days in T20 cricket speaks for itself. So many targets getting chased down, and they've got so much ammo in the back end of an innings. So some teams are unstoppable.
The other thing, if you look at the Rajasthan team and picking Ben Lachlan, how much of it is that you've got an Australian influence in both camps, and therefore you tend to pick players that you just know more of. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I guess so. No, it depends on the other lineup as well. In top six, depends on the roles you've got in each team. Every team's different, and yeah, we'll soon find out what happens tonight.
Because I think what we were looking forward to was Jofra Archer. He's been talked up so much, big money. You played against him when you were at the Melbourne Stars, and he was at the Hurricanes, and he seemed to be that fiery, can bowl, can bat, can field, and everything. And he's not being fielded. What does that say to us?
Oh, look, I think he's a very dangerous player. He's very quick as well. The ball gets onto you. and he does it with ease. He looks so easy when he's at the crease. So I'm sure we'll see him throughout the IPL, just not yet.
Yeah, well, David Warner, yes, true.
No, it's just that they've got a better sort of replacement in Ben Laughlin. He's a proven bowler across phases in T20s, and his stats kind of tell the story. And
Deep looks like he disagrees.
Really, I think there is a combination of a couple of things here. One is obviously we're not aware what the net sessions are like, so obviously maybe he looked better in the net session. Secondly, I think the coach plays a very important role here. Obviously you have, if you have Australian or South African, because they've seen, as you mentioned, they've seen them more, they know them better. So I think that plays a big role in selection.
Yeah, and also I think Shane Warne's stamp a little bit on this Rajasthan selection is because he goes for impact specialists. That's something that he's always believed in. If you look back on the 2008 IPL as well, that was his theory. Warne, front leg spinner, doesn't care if he can bat or not, but delivers the 4 overs for wickets. Sohail Tanvir, wicket-taking quick bowler at the time. So that sort of, I think there is a little bit of Warne stamp on this.
We'll keep a lookout for it. Shane Warne, of course, has returned to the Royals as Supreme Mentor.
Yes.
Lord and
Mentor,
Master.
Lord and Master.
Overlord.
Pick and choose. There's no such thing as coach now. It's everything else.
It's all mentors.
One of the Supreme Masters for Hyderabad has been David Warner. Now, just without him, if we actually put in cricketing terms, we say he's a big loss, but when you quantify it, Gaurav?
Yeah, Warner is a huge loss in terms of at the top of the order for Sunrisers. I think a lot of their strategy is based on David Warner and Shikhar Dhawan getting them good starts. If you see, he's had the most 50s. He's been the leading run scorer for them over the last 3-4 seasons.
Wow.
And he's won 2 orange caps. So that's a solid Warner influence there. And do not forget his partnership with Shikhar Dhawan. They both had a very good style of play. Warner used to be the aggressor. Dhawan used to play around for some time. He used to start slowly, and then Dhawan used to play the long innings. Actually, Dhawan used to go on. So now they're planning. I think that is going to be a big miss, and Kane has to. I was surprised. That's why I thought Alex Hales should play, because it'd be a like and like replacement. But I guess they didn't want 2 overseas batsmen, Hales and Williamson, very similar qualities at the top. So they made Williamson the opener. Even if you see the power play, Warner strikes very high. It's 149.7, which is the highest. So they are going to miss them at the top, and this is going to put pressure on Williamson. Now I just feel that the roles are going to be reversed. Dhawan is going to play the aggressor, and Kane might play what Dhawan's role is.
That's interesting, because I'm just trying to look at that lineup now with Kane Williamson. There was a possibility, an option of playing Alex Hales if Williamson would play down. That's not what they've gone for. Manish Pandey, Deepak Hooda, Yusuf Pathan, strong Indian middle order contingent. Shakib Al Hasan, Ridhiman Saha. Where does Ridhiman Saha?
I have actually feeling Saha will bat up the order. I think he'll bat at number 3.
And to sum up the 11 for Sunrisers, Rashid Khan, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who obviously picks himself, Stan Lake and Siddharth Kaul. So just if you could elaborate, which pair do you bet who?
Right.
Wasn't me. It wasn't happy.
We're shocked.
The plane didn't want to be there, but carry on.
So I mean, you can see the effect. I mean, we'll only figure out with time. But with Warner and Shikhar, they really didn't depend a lot on the middle order. But now that Warner's not there, so the middle order becomes that much more important.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and watch what. I mean, it's a great opportunity for someone like Deepak Hooda.
Yeah.
I mean, he will get most of the games. He'll get hopefully enough overs to bat as well. So great opportunity for anyone who's batting in the middle order.
There's one astounding.
The lesson yesterday was in KL Rahul batting in the position that he did. Explosive batting in that top order is something that you need in T20 cricket now. So I think.
But KL Rahul is a proper opening batsman.
And look down this batting lineup. There is a lot of explosive ability there.
Sure.
Yusuf Pathan, Deepak Hooda, Shakib Al Hasan. So I think Hyderabad will be well served to play them as far up the order as possible.
No, and one thing with Warner was that he kind of went beyond his role as an opener. You remember Hyderabad were chasing, and in the last 3 seasons he went at an average of 63, which means he stayed not out till the end. We saw their chases through, and they really didn't have to depend on their middle order. They literally was.
And I mean, the new philosophy or theory is one of your top 3 batsmen has to play till the 16th, 17th over, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what, I mean, there was a good example in SRH last couple of years. That's exactly what they did, and that's what Indian T20 team is also trying to do, is make sure whoever gets set, whoever bats the first 6 overs, make sure you bat deep into the
Okay,
the
let's
innings.
focus our attention to a matchup that we will get in the first innings of this cracker. Sunrisers against Rajasthan. 2 big money signings. Ben Stokes against Rashid Khan. Just pulling out the numbers for you, and then I'll have a man who's played Rashid Khan. I think you have, James, haven't you? You've played Rashid Khan. We'll come to that. There you go. Rashid against Stokes. He's dismissed Stokes twice in 7 balls. Now, it's not only Ben Stokes who has that sort of record against him. I like the way that's going round and round. Let that not distract you, James, as you try and explain what it is about Rashid Khan that's so hard to pick.
Just his action, full stop. I've probably only faced about 6 balls myself. But,
how many times have you got out? If you've done better than that?
Nah, not much better than that. So, yeah, he's a very good T20 bowler. As I said before, if he can spin the ball both ways, he's a leg spinner. You're always in the game. So you can attack, you can defend. It's a great attribute to have in any team.
Well, somebody actually just called Rashid Khan the Cristiano Ronaldo of cricket. I don't know if that's... Deep's like, whoa, hold on.
Does he hold bicycle case?
I don't know, but that's a pretty big name. But
No, even among leg spinners, there's a certain kind of standout feature about Rashid Khan. He's got a faster one that kind of gets batsmen all the time. It's not just the conventional variations that he has.
See, the issue with his action is way past perpendicular. So most of the time as a batsman, you look at that action, it's like, oh, the ball's coming in. But actually at times it doesn't. It just is a normal leg spin as well. So I think to pick his leg spin is a little more difficult.
Also, Ronak, important to remember that he's coming off very good form. Not that he's ever been in bad form over his career, but he had a very good World Cup qualifying campaign. He got lots of wickets. He was captain for a little while when he was put in that
role. He didn't get too many wickets when he was the captain.
When he was captain, but now, so this sort of form against batsmen who don't play him day in and day out, he's going to be a huge factor in any game. And that Stokes run is interesting.
The other thing I just want to mention, is that if you look at both the lineups, it's very similar in terms of skills. You have a leg spinner, you have a death bowler, you have a swing bowler at the top with Dawal Kulkarni and Stanley. Bhuvi can do that, but Stanley will also do that. So, and a death bowler in Siddharth Kaul and Ben Laughlin there. So, it's extremely similar. It's very interesting to see how these two teams match.
Okay, now I'll continue the conversation. I know you guys are part of it already. Plenty of support for Shakib, plenty of support for Rashid Khan. Prince Damu is saying, are my comments even getting noticed? They are. You know now.
He's asked quite a few questions.
He has, hasn't he? Okay, our halftime show is dedicated only to the Facebook Live fans, so make sure you join us then. There are comments saying Rashid should bowl in the power play overs. That's an interesting one. I'll probably take that to our guests. For now, a little more fun for you from inside the camps. This is Ben Stokes with his big money signing, Jaydev Unadkar.
Hi guys, this is Jaydev here. I have Ben with me, the Big Ben as we call him. We're going to ask a couple of questions to each other and then see who have got the best answers. You guys will be the best judge, I guess. What's your favorite place in India to be?
It's Jaipur.
Is it just because you have been picked in the Royals now, or it's like a serious answer?
Yes, because I've been picked.
Okay. Who is your favorite player in the Rajasthan Royals squad?
Definitely not this man to my left. Tripathi, because we call him nickname him Puppy Dog. How long did it take for you to reply to me when I said well done?
So he's talking about the auction thing. So he sent me a message saying well done, and imagine how many mango shakes I can buy from it. And I just replied to him after a couple of days after he messaged.
2 messages actually it took.
That earning some money doesn't mean you cannot reply to me, Jay.
If you were to be any kind of fruit to then be turned into a smoothie, what would you be?
Do you want me to answer, or you are good to answer that for myself?
3, 2, 1, we answer, see if you say the same thing.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Mango.
It's the season. Well done, Ben Stokes and Jaydev Unadkar. Once again, it's extremely insecure for us when we see cricketers do such a good job with the microphone.
Combined,
$4 million for that.
Combined, yes. That's what I was going to ask. 12.5 and 11.5.
Nearly $4 million.
So nearly
$24
$4 million
crores.
on the table at that.
It's okay. I think Ronak and I could go for more, right?
Right.
We're special. We're one of a kind, Gaurav. Gaurav squared.
Is there an anchor's auction?
They should have an anchor's auction. It's a bit dangerous. I don't know who'll take us.
24
Anyways,
crores.
let's move on now because we have got some results from the poll that we asked you earlier on. So we asked you if playing Shakib for Nabi was the right move. Well, 67% of you said yes, and 33% of you look like Ronak and say no. Guys, surprised with that?
It's also reflective of where our Facebook audience is voting from. And
I've realized that in the comments.
Strong Bangladeshi
Ooh, yes.
presence.
No, but that's a fair call. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, I'll pick Shakib over Nabi. I definitely will. Somebody who bats in the top 5 will give you 4 overs more days than not. Good fielder as well, and a leader. Yeah, sure.
It's also
another big player battle that we've got for you in Indian contingent. 2 premier Indian players, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar against Ajinkya Rahane. That's a matchup you're going to see soon. Gaurav, what do the numbers suggest? 6 dismissals. So clearly we've got Bhuvi on top of it.
Yeah, and that too, Rahane struggles a bit early on against swing. He doesn't start well. So it'd be important to see how he does. And again, you have Dasi shot at the other end. Maybe he might take more strike. It's going to be interesting to see. And Bhuvi has a good record against most openers actually, because not many people are nowadays playing swing bowling. So it'll be interesting to watch that.
Dasi shot, can you tell us a little bit about Dasi shot?
Very good ball striker. Everyone saw it on show last PPL. He just stands still and delivers. And I'm excited for this IPL for him. His first real taste of it, and I'm sure he's going to have some good fun.
He should be no alien to swing bowling, which Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is excellent at.
Sorry, but not really. Australians, I mean, apart from the Kiwi and the English, not too many people. I mean, a lot of people play swing bowling but don't play it well, and especially Australia is one of those.
Would Dasi shot be one of those that could be found out? Just thoughts of.
I don't think so. I think when you open the batting, you have to have a pretty good technique, full stop, and you only have to look at his whole-up package from the last few months, and he's been doing it all around the world.
And he's
on
not.
the national
He's
scene.
not played in the.
He's
not played in the subcontinent.
You're
so
just saying
far.
sorry to each other and not letting each other speak.
No, he's not played in the subcontinent so far, but just looking at the numbers, he's done really well against spin wherever he's kind of faced.
Before I go to you, Gaurav, Alexis, you're gonna throw us another poll.
Yes, poll time again, and this is the tough questions. These are the questions that Deep hates answering. We have to ask you guys, who do you think will win today? Give us that heart emoji, that like if you are gonna go with Sunrisers Hyderabad, or if you're going with Rajasthan, give us that smiley face emoji.
Yes, Gaurav, now you've got a moment.
I actually wanted to make a very similar
Oh
point
my
in
God.
terms of shot. A lot of people think that he might struggle against spin, but he actually has a very good record against spin, and that's going to be interesting to see if they want to open with spin or Rashid or Shakib.
And clearly people picked up on that because there was a lot of bidding for him at the auction, wasn't there, Gaurav? So I mean that means that the backstory about him wasn't just, player for certain conditions. I mean, Ponting was big on him. I remember Delhi were bidding for him quite aggressively as well. So, you know.
So also look at the franchisees and who was sitting on that table as well. That makes a huge difference.
You love making that. No? He's been drawing those dots since the beginning, but there is merit.
No, and there were also reports when they had to replace Steven Smith. They picked Heinrich Klaassen because he's stronger against. It was seen during the India-South Africa series. He hit sixes of Chahal and Kuldeep. He's very comfortable.
And like Steven Smith, he's on the bench.
Only when it rains.
Could be. Okay.
Only in the rain affected.
All right, let's all get our thoughts together for a moment as we throw to Isha Acton, our social media vigilante. And I believe, Isha, you've done some serious groundwork and found out what David Warner's been up to.
Thanks. Yeah, I do, and I bet not many investigators out there can claim to know that. Following the storm over the last fortnight, David Warner has been spending most of his time on Instagram. He's been commenting, replying to queries, and asking loads of questions all of last week. He even posted wishes for the Sunrisers. Well, what can you say? You could take cricket away from the guy, but not from his social media, I say. I hope he live tweets all of the SRH games. That would be awesome. Next up are two Brit boys who are about to face the Sunrisers, and they've spent much time in, you guessed it, the sun. Stokesy is obviously used to using umbrellas only in London rains, so he's curious about this one, I think. By the way, this seems like a throwback to the East India Company era, right? I hope these guys know there'll be no such services in their next afternoon game. And finally, I must tell you of a budding cricket expert who may have put an analysis out there that's as good as yours. Spinner Pragyan Ojha shared this interesting take on Royals taking on SRH. Accidental captains? That's a new one, huh? Pragyan has already turned accidental IPL commentator, by the way. Hey, why don't you guys get him on our expert panel? What do you think?
Wow, social media and Isha Acton in top form. Thank you very much, Isha, for those thoughts. Yeah.
Very feisty.
So I must ask, do you think Steven Smith and David Warner watching tonight this game in Australia, have the TV on, Must be an odd thing for them, right? I mean,
This is must be one of the great questions, Gaurav,
I know.
that you've ever asked.
Well, by the look, it looks like Davies. I reckon Smithy would as well, actually. Yeah.
We'll find out during the course of the game, depending on their Twitter
yes,
accounts.
1:30 a.m. in
Yeah.
Australia.
But is Smithy in Australia?
Another big question.
Okay, stop it now, all of you. Now, remember, there is, for those of you who are going to the games, not just tonight, but through the course of the IPL, let me remind you of the Tata Nexon fan catch. You could go and just catch a ball that goes into the crowd one-handed. That's all you need to do. James has done it many times. You need to catch it clean, make sure the camera catches you, and if so, you stand to win 100,000 rupees, and also perhaps if a lucky winner could get a Tata Nexon cigarette card. So make sure you log on the ESPNcricinfo mobile app to get more information about the same. Righto, quickly as we move ahead, what's a good score? The Dasgupta, we've seen 165, 170 be below par at different grounds. Thoughts?
I think 165, 170 still should be par score. Yeah, will depend again. You've got to see how much is the due and all that. So listen, the first round of matches, it's very important. Let's say first two rounds of matches are very important to figure out.
Would there be some nerves, James, on Darcy Shore? As much as the Big Bash League is a premium tournament, the IPL has its own hype and a packed house, I'm sure, in Hyderabad. Would there be some nerves?
Nothing seemed to phase him so far on the domestic scale, domestic games back home, or international fixtures either. So I don't think it will. He's pretty calm, cool, and yeah, I hope he goes off.
The approach is simple, right? For Darcy Shore, go for it. So what, 175 for you would be par?
Yeah, I think about 170. I think anytime you get over 170 in the contest in the T20.
All right. I think we've got a result for us, Alexis.
Yes, we do. We've got some poll results. Now we asked you guys, who do you think is going to win this juicy matchup?
Oh
of
my
the
goodness.
Accidental captains apparently tonight, and wow, everyone's basically going with Hyderabad with 89%, only 11% pulling for Rajasthan.
Again, there could be a huge amount of internet presence in Hyderabad than in Jaipur. Just trying to figure that out. But no, nothing like that. No.
There's the Shakib factor you're forgetting when you're looking at
Oh
the
yes,
results.
of course.
This is a big
A lot of
and
people.
the Rashid factor, lots of Afghan support.
I think a law of averages for this one. 3 games won by teams chasing, this one by the team batting first.
Oh wow.
So which means that I think Rajasthan Royals will
My
win.
God, you said that with like almost you know exactly how the result's going to be. You're a scary man, Gaurav Kalra.
Remember, he predicted Chennai when everyone went with Mumbai. So
yes, when that happened, he picked Chennai
Gaurav.
and it happened. Gaurav Kalra never bet against experience. So much experience, Gaurav.
Those grey hairs aren't fighting.
I think Hyderabad should win this pretty easily.
Oh wow, that's okay. Hyderabad in this easy, so we've got a conflict
Don't
there.
forget easily though. Easily.
Srinath Shripad, last word.
Hyderabad as well, yeah.
Hyderabad. Alexis, let's go for
I'm
Rajasthan.
going to trust Gaurav because I want him to give me the lotto number, so I'll
Which
go with
Gaurav?
Rajasthan. Oh.
Grey
hair. Oh, that's true.
Well
Grey
played.
hair, Gaurav.
Well played. All right, thanks everyone. We'll be back at the end of the game with all of you. With Deep and James, we'll be back at halftime. We'll take a Facebook Live. James, thank you very much. Deep, pleasure as always. Make sure you log on to our Facebook page as well as ESPNcricinfo.com for our mid-innings show. You can send in your comments through Facebook Live then. We'll see how the first 20 overs have gone. Thank you for watching ESPNcricinfo Matchday Runorder powered by Techno Mobile.